Hey viewers, rate the video. Hey viewers, welcome to another Games with Viewers, episode number 10, I believe. Today we're doing Maokai, and I'm playing with Promitheas 1. And he's playing Twisted Fate. Well, we have two Vanes, one on our team, one on the enemy team. He came out today or yesterday, I believe. And so far he's proven to be very overpowered in the early game due to his silver bullets, and kind of a feeding champion for most people late game because they have no idea how to play him yet. So I'm trying to find a high level game, but he's not very wanted in the high level games, or she I should say. For now that is. It will become better, well, once we get used to him. Once he gets played, or they get the chance to play him more often and actually get a build for her. It just looks like a man to me. I'm sorry to whoever drew this this picture, but it's a man. I'm sorry. Anyway, we have two tanks, Maokai and Ramus, and Garen is very tanky, so that leaves only Twisted Fate and Vayne to do all the damage. And hopefully that'll turn out okay. So the enemy team has, well, only one tanky character really. Well, two. Rumble is very tanky, and then I can be built as a tank. And I'm doing this from the replay viewer, by the way. At this moment in real life, I'm finding a radio station to actually listen to. And that's why I'm AFK for this few seconds. So the enemy team then has Shaco, who's invisible, which is kind of a pain in the behind. And then Cassiopeia, who is not a problem at all. Vayne, yeah, well, he's very good early game, as I said, and hopefully we can take care of that. And yeah, Rumble just won't die for some reason. Well, it's because of the shield. The shield is very annoying. At least that's what I found to be the case when I played him. I've been playing him, well, not a lot, but some, just to get a feel for what he does. His ultimate does a lot of damage. I thought it didn't do any damage when I first came across him, but then I played him and I noticed that if people stay on the ultimate, so on the ground where, well, where the rockets have dropped, then it does a lot of damage. So I was staying at the turret there while Garen was actually hunting after the opponents. And had I noticed that, well, if I actually paid attention at that moment, we might have even gotten a kill there. That's kind of silly. 'Cause, oh yeah, we were discussing whether or not this Vayne was any good. And in my opinion, well, after I played the Teemo game that was broadcasted before this, I'm really of the opinion that he's overpowered in the early game due to the silver bullets, and then underpowered for the rest of the game. But, well, we'll have to see what happens this game. So as you can see, they're being really aggressive here, even though Garen is not going to die anytime soon. Then again, I shouldn't die either. Having the Doran's Blade on Irelia is really bad as a starting item. You should really just go something tanky. And yeah, we got a relatively easy kill off there. I just let him believe that he actually got that, made him overextend, and then rooted him. Because he couldn't move, then Garen could finish him off. Of course, I don't do a lot of damage because, well, I don't have any damage items and my skills don't really do a lot of damage. This one does 80 damage. This one is really hard to land, but does 120 damage when you actually land it. And 120 damage would have been nice, but, well, as I said, it's really hard to actually aim. Well, not the initial toss, but the explosion. So starting items, we see 2 Doran's shields on my team and 1 Doran's blade, and then, well, we see some boots already, and I went with the sapphire crystal. On the enemy team, we see 2 Doran's blades, 1 Doran's shield, 1 boots, and 1 amplifying tome. Amplifying tome is kind of a risky opener. It pays off sometimes, but most of the time you end up being, well, not tanky enough, being too weak to actually contend in your lane. And in this case, because she's mid and there's no junglers, she can actually get away with it. But it's not a really excellent opening item. So we see that Irelia disconnects here. She will be back. And I'm going for, well, I'm going for sapling toss mostly, and then I don't have arcane smash, so why is there a 1? Oh, there's standard a 1. So I'm going for sapling toss first, and twisted advance whenever I cannot get sapling toss, and when I can get my ultimate, I will get my ultimate. Which means that at level 9 I will have level 5 sapling toss, level 1 ultimate, and level 3 twisted advance. The twisted advance is really good because you want to control where people, or when people can actually escape. And by using that you can actually get nice team fights. Well, they're not actually team fights because it's people running away and you catch them and the rest will just keep running, and this one person will stay behind and your whole team will kill them. That's the basic idea. Especially with your ultimate, that works very well because most people don't actually know what it does. It doesn't do a whole lot, it just reduces some damage. Yeah, 20% reduction, damage reduction, and yeah, it's not really spectacular. And then it does something like 200 damage or 300 damage maximum when you release it. So when you end it. But most people think that the ultimate is really strong for some reason. Oh, by the way, I'm going to gank mid here. Well, not actually gank, but I'm going to scare her away, because I saw that my mid was having some trouble. So I'm just going to scare her into thinking that she's actually in trouble. And we're going to go anytime now. So I misclicked on the W here, that's why it took so long. And there's no gold card coming from Twisted Fate. But we actually triggered both of the summoners from what's her name, Cassiopeia. So both the Flash and the Clarity have been used now, and he should have no trouble keeping his lane now. So I just harassed one more time to make her believe that I was still there, and I might still be there, and then I'm going top again. And now we will see that she's no longer pushing as hard. Of course, the Ring of Poison makes it very easy for her to kill all the minions. And unfortunately Garen died here. I didn't actually notice that until I walked up. And yeah, Garen apparently had a fail ulti, and I'm just farming here. And I take some turret damage for that, but that's not a huge problem, as I have healing potions and there's nobody in lane. And I don't care too much therefore. To me it was really important at that moment to get these last hits. Because more gold is good. More gold's always good, you know that by now. And what we see is that, well, our last hits are really through the roof. I haven't been here for a while, that's why Garen is so high. And Vayne isn't actually doing too well. Oh, no. Twisted Fate isn't actually doing too well. Considering that he is mid lane. Oh, we got a turret, obviously. And I cleared out the minion wave. So, the what's his face is there. Or was there, the Shaco. And he fled. He wasn't very good, as I remember. But I played a couple of games, I think it's this game. Yeah, it was this game. He used his skills totally, well, wrong. And yeah, didn't really get a lot done when I thought he would be a lot stronger in lane. Because they normally are. And here he's not paying attention, he should have seen that I was actually there. And we get an easy kill. Okay, the clone. But we still get this kill because Garen just stays in the bush for a little while so he doesn't target him anymore. And Garen can get out as long as I keep this Cassiopeia busy. But I still have to run out, of course. Since I don't have infinite life and I knew someone was coming. So I'm using my ghost here and then I get slowed down. So I have to use my flash as well to survive. But then we get out, both of us, and yeah, it's really a waste of flash and ghost. But yeah, well, she played it correctly. She slowed me after I thought I was out. But yeah, well, what can you do? So we see two people pushing the bottom turret here because nobody's here. So why not? And then there's some pings from mid, so I'm going to assist there. And Garen here can